Hey y'all, it's Monday, the first day of May, Monday morning actually, and it's such a gorgeous day. The weather, the temperature is perfect, the wind is blowing a lot, and I hope that you can hear me okay because I don't have a mic yet, but I'm working on getting that. I wanted to give you an update on the little lamb that lost her mother. Sophia named her Grace. So I'm going to give you an update on Grace the lamb. I'm actually going to turn the camera around, and I'm on my porch right now, but the pasture is just not that far away. And I'm going to walk slowly to the fence because they're still skittish and they may run off. So I'm going to turn the camera around and let you see how she's doing. Okay, here's the 4 lambs that are in this pasture. We actually have one of the lambs got out over there with her mama, and we hadn't brought her back yet. So I'm gonna walk slowly, but Grace is the one to the far left, I think, yes, to the far left. And she's growing, and she looks like she's growing. We've not weighed her, but just by the looks, I think she's doing fine. I'm gonna stop right here. And we're probably gonna move these lambs over to the other pasture because the grass is just not coming up here like we hoped it would be coming up. Grace is the one with the long tail. We usually dock the tails of our sheep, and there's several different reasons for that. If you have show sheep, say you are showing a lamb at 4-H or something like that at a sheep show, they always have their tails docked. Now, the reason we do it, sick and something happens and they have a lot of runny poop, that poop gets stuck all around their backside and on their tail and things like that. And also the ewes who have babies, it gets messy back there. So in the summertime, flies can actually lay eggs back there around the tail, and so maggots and things such as that will kind of embed themselves into the sheep and can kill the sheep. So that's another reason why we dock tails. Some people do not dock their sheep's tails, they just let them grow naturally. Some people say that when you dock the tail, it weakens the muscle in their backside, and which may cause something called prolapse, which is usually happens when the ewe gives birth. They'll just push so hard that they actually will push their uterus out. So some people say, that docking the tail messes up the muscles back there. I really don't know. We haven't seen a difference either way. But as for Grace, we just did not, honestly, we had a lot going on at the time, and we just did not get around to docking her tail early enough, because you want to do it we try to do it in the first couple of days of their lives. We have waited a week before to do it, but after a week, if we hadn't done it, then we just don't do it because it's just a little bit too painful for them, I believe. But yeah, she's doing just fine. I've still, hate that happened, of course, but it's a gorgeous day. That's our peach tree. hope we get some peaches that are good this year. Let's look at them. Look at it and see if we have any. I thought I saw some on here. We did spray. We used neem oil to spray. Here's one. There's a peach right there. Last year this tree was loaded down with peaches, but we did not spray the tree, so there were bugs all in the peaches, and I did not. I mean, there was a lot, and the chickens got the peaches last year. Let's put it that way. There's some up there. I don't know if you can see them. There is actually some taller grass around here, but for some reason they just come over to the shortest grass possible to eat for some reason. Speaking of fruit trees, the peach tree is not the only one we have. We actually, a couple of years ago, planted these apple trees, which I really thought the cold weather may have killed them, but they look like they're doing good. This one and this one, and then that is actually an apple tree. I didn't know that it was an apple tree. When we first moved here, it bloomed, but we never saw apples on it. And so I planted these apples. I forget which variety of apples these are, but anyway, I planted them before, so I don't know. This is actually a green apple tree. And then we planted a blueberry bush here that I need to pull the weeds out. Let's see. Goodness, I didn't know it was so weedy here. Hey, okay, that's it. Ooh, I'm glad I didn't pull it out. Okay. Y'all, I've got to do a lot of work out here, weeds and such, but honestly, like right now, it's so windy. In the springtime, I have really bad allergies, and even right now, being outside, I will probably start sneezing here in a little bit. Anyway, there's our blueberry bush. And this is actually a peach tree as well. Oh yeah, I see peaches. And I didn't know that this was a peach tree actually for a long time, but the first year, the fruit that came out on it, we couldn't tell what it was. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time with this camera, with the phone. So, but these, I believe it's a peach tree, but there's no fuzz on the fruit. I don't know. Kind of looks like a peach tree, but the peach trees and this big apple tree was here when we moved here. Oh, let's check on the potatoes. The potatoes are in fact coming up. Yeah, they are. We've gotten a lot of rain. We have not planted anything else but potatoes so far. This is where we had the potatoes last year, but it did not, it just didn't do good. They didn't do well over here. So that's where I had the vegetable garden over there. The potatoes were here. This year we're gonna do the vegetables here, the potatoes over there, and see how that works. And then from this peach tree, we have, I'm really not sure what tree that is. It's dead, and Rusty is going to cut it down sometime soon. So we walk this way, and there's a lot of things laying in our yard, like there's a bag over there. That trash, we will be picking that up today. We've had a lot of wind. Okay, here are 2 pear trees. The chickens are following me. Right in there. I don't know how long it takes, probably what, 3-ish years or so maybe to get any fruit off of the trees. I don't know. But they're doing good. Here are the tomato plants. Well, most of this is tomato plants. Got them sitting in our garage right now. Hopefully we'll get to plant these pretty soon. It's Monday afternoon, and I've just decided what we're gonna have for supper, and that's taco casserole, something we have a lot. And I'm on my way out to the deep freeze to get some ground lamb that we have. And I'm noticing all of these spider webs and cobwebs and things that need to be cleaned, like that right there. And all of these things I wanted to do this spring. I wanted to do a really big spring cleaning. I still need to do one now, of course, but I wasn't able to do it in the time frame that I wanted to do it because I had oral surgery, and it really threw me behind. It was a lot more involved than I thought it would be. It was a lot longer healing and recovery time than I thought it would be. So I'm still dealing with a little bit of issues. I had this done at the beginning of March, and I still have some issues, but it's much better than it was. So anyway, in the next couple of weeks, maybe I'll get to a point where I can do this. Right now, we're just trying to, it's just really hard with Rusty after he left the plant, the factory that he was in for 25 years, and now runs his own business. And the type of business we have, a landscaping business, and it just changes every day. We can make a plan the day before, and you get up that morning and the weather is different than it looked like it was going to be the night before, so then your plans change. And we also homeschool, so all of our schooling and everything is done around work right now. And although I'm not going out in the field, or so to speak, to work, it still has thrown me off big time here. So and at this time of the year, when you homeschool, you're just basically trying to get done. You're just trying to get everything you can done because you're so ready for a break, or we are anyway. And so things pile up, basically, is what I'm trying to say. About this time of the year, we have piles of books sitting everywhere, piles of paper sitting everywhere, and cobwebs and spider webs, and all those things need to be cleaned. So I don't really get to do a, sorry, I just had a message come up on my phone. I don't really get to do spring cleaning when I want to. It's usually summer cleaning when we're done with school and can do that. Anyway, just thought I'd let you know what was on my mind there. Woo. What is that flying around anyway? We also have wasp nests around. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by books, piles of books and stuff like that. I'm going to turn the camera around it. Okay, so those are new piles of books that I have. And y'all, I do sell on eBay some, and I do have some things listed on eBay right now. And let me show you that box, and some of this stuff over here is eBay stuff. Another fun activity for a Monday: paperwork and cleaning out and storing last year's paperwork, making room for this year's paperwork. Only 5 months into the year. I have to use the couch, chairs, the fireplace, and the computer table. Anyway, we're gonna get it done though. All right, so here Rusty is doing a little maintenance to the tractor. He's also going to till up the garden again for me. It's actually, we had caught a few days that were dry, so that was the perfect time to get in the garden and till it up. And then here's Beauty. She had just gotten done trotting across the pasture. I tried to get that on video. I'm not sure if I did. I'll go back and see. But anyway, she's such a gentle horse, and I'm glad that we got her for our first horse to kind of get used to horses. She's pretty awesome. She's as cute as she can be as well.